Milli Joe from Inside.
Yeah.
Did you go in with a game plan? There seemed to be like a lot of beef.
I was completely blindsided by it all.
Yeah.
I was vexed. I was like, what?
PK beef, he rated you the least attractive very quickly.
I've actually not publicly said anything. I could if I wanted to.
What was going on with the girls? The deceit and the lies, I think I would personally find really difficult.
I was crying my eyes out in Toby's arms.
Who's your least favourite insider?
Like I feel like the sidemen just set him up for failure. I had a teenage boy throw a shoe at me once in a shopping centre.
It was always
men
guys. Yeah,
and
yeah.
always ugly ones. Let's be real. Just joking.
Welcome back to another episode of Not My Bag. I'm your host, Joe, and this week I'm joined by the wonderful Milli Joe from Inside.
Yes.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm good, Joe. How are you?
I'm good. That was very official, wasn't it? Very official. This is your first time on Not My Bag.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
I know. It's very exciting.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for inviting me.
Have you done a podcast yet since Inside?
Yeah, yesterday.
Did you? I was about to say, are we exclusive? But
No.
we're second exclusive, so
Second
that's
exclusive,
fine. So
that's
that's
fine.
fine. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. So we have this thing. It's called the vibe check bag, right?
Okay.
Oh my God, you see
Ooh.
the lights change. Ooh.
Okay.
You're not in trouble. It's fine. It's not the popo. I've got 3 questions for you just to break the ice, but I don't think we need ice breaking. But here we go. So, if you could have dinner with any historical figure or celebrity, who would it be?
Oh my gosh, wait, hold up. This
Could
is
be a
like,
dinner party,
what, with a celebrity?
celebrity, dead or alive. Any,
Ooh.
yeah.
I'm going to say The Rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I love The Rock's movies.
Right.
And I feel like, do you follow The Rock?
I don't follow. I'm not an avid follower.
Oh, I follow The Rock. And he's so cute. Like, he makes these videos with his kids and
Oh.
he's just like really sweet. And I
Yeah.
feel like it screams my daddy issues. Like, I want to meet you. So
Me and
just,
or
oh, maybe. No, he's actually, no, I just feel like I admire him a lot.
okay, cute. He's got a tequila brand now as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
We love that. Have a drink
I'm
with
an
him?
active user of the tequila brand.
Are you?
No.
Okay. Should have kept that one in. Could have got some gifting. Okay. If you were a kitchen utensil, which one would you be and why?
I'd probably say what the fuck? Shaped like a fork. I literally am shaped like a fork, skinny and useful.
Like thin waist with a little
That's me.
Okay, we like a fork. Everyone uses a fork every day.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not.
I'm not that used, Joe. Come on.
Oh,
Come on. No.
You're a premium fork. You're a Claridge's fork.
I'm a classy fork.
Yeah. If you could only communicate using one sound for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One sound.
Sound, yeah.
Probably like. What's this question?
I know.
A sound.
Because you were doing the duck one a lot in.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I can do the. Do you want me to do the duck sound for
Please.
you?
Let me just lubricate
I haven't done
the
this
throat.
since I was on All Fours on Netflix. Hold on, I'll do that. Ready?
All right, yes.
There we go.
It's
Yeah.
kind of terrifying, kind of iconic at the same time. Well, the ice has been broken.
Yes, it has.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Inside, so we must talk about it. I'd say let's start off at the beginning, which is the casting process.
Mm-hmm.
How was that for you? What happened?
So the casting process was so random. Like you probably know when you're getting like audition for stuff, you have to like go to several meetings and like talk about it. It's basically sell
Yeah.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't like that. They just text me and they were like, the sidemen text me and they were like, hey, we'd love you for this opportunity. Like, can we have a meeting? And I was like, I ain't going on 20 versus 1. I was like, I ain't doing that shit. There's no way you'll see me do that Tinder. I ain't doing that. So then I was like, listen, we'll go to the meeting, but yeah. And then they were like, so we're filming Inside in a month. And I was like, okay. And they were like, are you free in 2 weeks for a photo shoot? And I was like, oh.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't even audition. They just told me I was on it. I was like, okay, got
No
the check. And
way.
then great.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Did you know it was going to be on Netflix? Like,
No.
you didn't?
No.
Oh my God.
I found out the day before. So we were told like 2 weeks before that it might be on a broadcasting channel.
Right.
And I put my Inspector Gadget brain on and I was like, what? Which one can it be? And my family was like, come on, Milli, like, let's not aim too high.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm thinking it's Netflix because they had their own documentary come out.
Oh, okay.
And I was
fine.
like, exclusivity. I'm sorry.
It's got to be that.
It's got to be Netflix. And it was.
Yeah, I love that for you. So you are on Netflix, which
I'm
is
a Netflix queen.
a huge massive slay. So this is your first like reality show kind of format thing.
That's like my first anything. Like that's like
Which
anything.
is a banging one to go on at first.
It's scary, but it was an amazing opportunity. I loved it.
So if you had like Big Brother sat there locked in and inside, would you like still have chosen inside? I'm just interested to get your gauge of like these shows. You know what I mean? 'Cause they're all quite different in a way.
I feel like they're all good. I do all of them. Fuck,
Yeah.
I do all of them. But I feel like inside was more like the challenges and like I kind of like the concept behind it, and also the Sidemen. I've been a fan of the Sidemen since I was like 12. So it was like, ooh, really exciting for me.
Do you get paid to go on and then you win the prize money on top of that? Is that how it
so
works?
you get paid a fee, and then
Right.
if you win, obviously you take the money home.
Oh my God, so it's like double homicide. That's amazing. Not many shows do that now. They're like,
not many.
do it for a packet of crisps from the exposure or get out.
To be fair, I wasn't expecting to get paid. I would have done it for a packet of crisps.
I say this about everything and my manager's like, no.
No, yeah, I would have done it for a packet of crisps.
Same.
My manager was like, this is the fee, and I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat. Do you know what I mean?
Literally, yeah.
So how were your family about you going in?
They loved it.
Yeah.
My mum was gassed. I think they were like, once it came out as well, my mum's telling all her friends, like, my daughter's on Netflix.
Yeah,
like,
I love
telling
that.
them all, they're loving it. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. And were they like doing watch-alongs, like supporting, like what was the...
Yeah, so
because you're watching it together, no? Because I keep forgetting that it's not like one of those where you're actually, in
live.
there. Yeah, it's not live, yeah.
Yeah, so on the first day of launch, so obviously we had the premiere.
Yes.
So I went there with my mum and my sister. So we were at the premiere. It was very cute vibes. And we watched the first episode there.
Yeah.
But then the day the first episode launched was actually my mum's birthday.
Oh, was
so I
it?
hosted a birthday party / like launch party, and
my
we all
God.
watched the first episode together, me
I
and my family
love
and friends.
that.
Yeah.
That's so cute. What did you expect from going in? Like what? Because obviously we've all seen season 1.
Yeah.
But like it was different.
Yeah, I feel like when I first found out I was 100% going on it, I binge watched season 1 straight away. Like I was watching that shit and I was like analysing it. What do I
Studying.
need to do? I was studying.
Yeah.
I was like, what do I need to do? Because this is a game show at the end of the day. It's not just like hanging out with some influencers. Strategy stuff. So I educated myself in a few things that would have been useful for the show. So I didn't really know what to expect, but I just knew that there was going to be challenges, and you need people to like you and able to stay in.
Did you go in with a game plan to win the money? Like
My game plan was just to be like cute, which I feel like that just like comes naturally with me.
Okay, fine.
But I'm like that anyway, so it was easy.
Okay, fine.
It was easy, but
It's a
then
good game plan.
I kind of showed my cards too early on though, because then they were like, oh, she's competition.
Yeah. So you should have stuck cutesy demure.
I should have, yeah.
I'm just a blonde.
Yeah, I'm just a blonde girl.
I'm just a blonde. Speaking of season 1, did you ever speak to like Mamrika or Chloe or anyone that had like won? No,
I didn't talk to anyone. I
Okay,
raw dogged it. I literally was like just going straight ahead. I watched it, so I just thought I don't really need like a strategy from someone else.
Yeah.
You know, that might have been useful to be fair, but I just thought I'm just going to go with my own experience.
I think it's fair. I think sometimes, like, 'cause I've thought about that. If I went on something, would I ask previous people? But then you think everyone's experience is different, and you might have like overthought it. So that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So PK beef, he rated you the least attractive very quickly, which is
There's a reason why.
okay.
So he might find me the least attractive, but the reason he was like, she's the least attractive is because we were playing like a questioning game one night.
Okay.
And we were asked the question, like, who do you find the most attractive? And I was like, oh, like, I don't see anyone like that in the first place.
Yeah.
And they were like, which guy do you think's like, if you had to pick, come on, Milli, come on. And I was like, okay, fine. I was peer pressured. And I just said one of the contestants and it wasn't him. And he was like, what? You're not picking me? Obviously as a joke. Like, he doesn't care. And I was like, yeah, but like, you're also so handsome, PK. Like, you're beautiful. And so yeah, when he got asked that question, he was really excited to put me last.
Okay, so it was almost like I'm gonna get you back.
Yeah,
vibe.
that's why I was like, you're just salty that I didn't put you first.
Right, yeah.
But they didn't show me not putting him first.
Yeah,
so it didn't really make sense.
Context, people. It's all in the edit. What was going on with? I mean, so the reunion was like wild.
Yeah, the reunion was crazy.
The reunion was wild. What was going on with the girls at the reunion? Because there seemed to be like a lot of beef just flying around.
If I'm being honest, I was completely blindsided by it all. I think you can see by my reaction. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
because you obviously spoke up at that point and was like, when comments were directed towards you, was it like, because it looked super tense, but you just don't know, do you? Like from the edit and stuff like that.
For me, because I was like, again, like I said, I wasn't expecting it. So I actually felt really overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like I was vexed. Like I was like, why are you laughing while I'm talking? Like what's actually funny? Like I didn't say a joke. But yeah, I feel like the tension that you can see on screen was how I felt.
Right, okay.
I can't speak for the other girls. After the reunion, to be fair, I kind of just like, because it's all happened at once and you want to be cool. So I was just like, yeah, like,
okay, fine.
Cool vibes.
Yeah.
And then after everyone left, another contestant told me what was said when I left. And then that's where I was like, I was burst into tears. Like, I was crying my eyes out. I was crying my eyes out in Toby's arms. Like it was bad. I was so sad. But so yeah.
So ever since the show, who do you keep in touch with like the most? Or because obviously you've all seen each other, and it was filmed in what, November?
Yeah.
So there's obviously been a bit of time, things died down. You've had the premiere, and obviously seen people.
Yeah.
Is there still like ongoing beef, or is it?
I wouldn't say there's ongoing beef from my end.
Right.
I've not actually.
If it's one-sided beef, then
I've actually not publicly said anything.
Yeah.
At all.
Okay.
So I could if I wanted to, but I decided. I'm going to stay cutesy and demure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I want to, I might in a couple of weeks.
I love that for you.
But I decided to stay, because I know that it's been months by, but it's not like I've been cool with these like people and stayed in contact. I haven't. If anything, one of the girls did apologize to me.
Okay, that's good.
After the reunion.
Yeah.
And I did stay in contact with them. But after watching the reunion, I was just like...
It's hard to relive it, isn't it?
Yeah, so I just thought, you know what? I don't need to be friends with everyone, and that's okay. Like, it's fine. It's a part of life. You don't get along with every single person just because we're on a show together.
I think people really forget that with a lot of reality formats. Like I say this to a lot of people, like when you're at a workplace or, you know, where, like at school, you're never going to like your whole year at school.
No,
it's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
neither did I. Fucking hate most of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that's what it's like on reality TV. So it's good that you've come out and held your, you know, head held high with it, basically.
Yeah.
And so the beef with Farah was interesting, right? Because did she really pretend that like you didn't like her for airtime? Like I was really confused by what was going on because you seem really cool and
so that was again blindsided.
Right.
When I got voted off, okay,
Yeah.
not that Farah disliked me. I wouldn't say she disliked me at all. I wouldn't say there was any beef with Farah. I think it was miscommunication, and I also feel like it could have been influenced by other people in the house for her to think that way. But so when I came off, I was asked, like, what's the beef with Farah? And I think you can see in my elimination, I was like, what? I was like, what? Like, I couldn't believe it. So I just thought, I'll talk to her when she's out. Like, this is so random. So I texted her before the reunion saying, like, what you wearing? And then she was like, oh my God, I can't believe you text me. Like, I thought you didn't like me. And I was like, what? And I was like, why?
Right, okay.
So her logic behind it was she thought I didn't like her because I asked her how much a Coca-Cola was. And I said to her, oh, that's your second Coca-Cola. I don't know. When you're in there, the emotions are high, so anything can become like offensive. So I was like, bitch, that's just in your head, mate. Like, I like you, Farah. Like, we're fine. And then she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought that. And like,
that's really
so
funny.
we kind of
How
just
much
like,
is that?
Yeah,
that's
literally.
your second one.
She kept calling me sassy as well. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just that bitch. Like, that's just me. So online, obviously, because she called me the fakest in episode 1.
Yeah.
So me and her were joking around saying like, oh, I posted a TikTok saying like, when she called me the fakest.
I love that.
That was obviously banter.
Playing up to it, yeah.
We were reposting
funny.
it and commenting on each other's shit. Like,
yeah.
It was obviously a joke between me and Farah.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's really funny. That I can imagine things are so heightened in there that the tiniest thing would make you flip out.
Yeah. And it's very overwhelming in there. Like the amount of times people cried, like I know Sinner cried a lot and people are like, oh, why is she always crying? Because when you're in there, like being sad like 2% actually feels like 1,000. Like it's so strange to explain. Like it's so hard to explain.
And I think the deceit and the lies, I think I would personally find really difficult. Like all that stuff in the reunion about PK with the showers, like I'd be going crazy. Because do you know what I mean? Like if you're having to have a cold shower and you think everyone else is playing by the same rules, I would fucking lose my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that you guys didn't. I'm surprised there wasn't actually more fights this season.
To be fair though, I feel like when PK, it was like everyone knew PK was lying the whole time.
Yeah.
Like when stuff was bought, we were like, oh, who is it? He's like, wasn't me. We all know it was PK.
Yeah.
Like PK was so, to be honest though, PK lasted so long because he brought so much entertainment. So he was allowed to act like that.
I know, that's the thing, isn't it?
He was allowed to.
It's a strategy at the end of the day, and it works. If someone's being entertaining, wasn't who was like that last season?
Castillo? Is that how you say?
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was fucking hysterical. What was your favourite challenge?
Ooh, hold on. Let me think. What even were the challenges?
Miss Tarantula Mama.
Oh, Oh, that was not that bad, actually.
Was it not?
No, I couldn't feel it. It was on my extensions.
Oh,
I
fine.
was just like chilling.
Lucky you. That
know.
would have been straight in my
I
scalp.
was like chilling. When it touched my hand, that's when I was like, ooh,
Okay, yeah.
get off me. I'd probably say the funniest one for me was probably the silent one.
Okay.
When I got pied in the face.
Yeah.
But more because...
Babe, that was so funny.
When Maya smashed that challenge, like she smashed it with all the snakes. And the snake shat next to her. Did you see that?
No.
Sorry.
But
she's like, scream. Well, not screaming. She's like trying to be quiet, but she sits up. She looks down. She's like, is that shit? That's my favorite. It reeked, and everyone was like, I was like proper balking.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I only learnt today that snakes shit.
Same. That was you learned something.
Which you never think about. So snakes have an arsehole.
Apparently so.
That's absolutely.
It looked like a mini snake. It was like that big.
Yeah, that's crazy.
long
because
shit.
to me, I'm like, they obviously naturally have to poo, but
Yeah.
well, at least you can say you went into inside and smelt snake shit, which is quite a unique experience.
Yeah,
you might not have
everyone
again.
can say that.
What was the hardest thing to deal with in there?
I probably say the hardest thing for me was not to cry when I got eliminated.
Right, okay.
Because not crying from like being upset, I've been voted off. It was hard for me because first of all, it's really overwhelming. Second of all, I have Sinner in my ear being like, Millie, like you're the best person, like you're so nice. And I'm like, shut up.
What when someone's saying something really lovely to you and it's going to make you emotional?
Oh, I'm so awkward with compliments and like hugging people like that. The attention, like I love
Yeah.
attention. But when it's that type of attention, I'm like, no.
It's like emotions attention, isn't it?
So she's saying, Millie, like, you're so great, you're so fun. And then all the boys coming up to me, the American boys, and they're like, Millie, like, we didn't vote you off, man. Like, we got you. Like, and I'm thinking, like, get away from me. I'm gonna cry. Because when I get eliminated, I turn around and I'm like, oh well. Because I'm thinking, like, oh, I don't know what to say.
Oh my God. So you didn't have like a exit line?
No. Well, apparently I did, because that's what actually caused the drama.
Oh, right.
Apparently, the first thing that some of the girls said to me was, I voted you off. But that was the first thing they said.
Right.
So, first of all, I was a bit like, all right, like, maybe, like, Millie, we're going to miss you. Nope. Just like straight away, like, we voted for you.
Yeah.
And then I turned around and I was like, yeah, I already know who voted for me. But, like, I didn't mean that, like, I already know who voted for me. I just did. I was like, it's okay. Like, I already know who voted for me. Like, you don't have to tell me. Like,
Sure.
it's okay.
Yeah.
So apparently that caused a bit of drama when I said that. But.
No, but what you said really resonates with me because like I probably would have been exactly the same. You're getting everyone hitting you with emotions. You're like, well, don't make me cry right now. You're also getting people being like telling you what you already know. I'm like, cool, I'm leaving. I'm literally leaving right now.
Don't worry, it's happening.
Like I am leaving. I'm leaving. Okay, fine. And who's your least favorite insider? And this can be also just purely off of like you just didn't connect with them. You know what I mean? Didn't have time to connect with them, whatever.
Yeah. I don't feel like there's someone that like, oh, you're my least favorite.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's people that I was least close to.
Sure. Yeah.
I'd probably say Maya, Whitney, even Dylan, because obviously he was only there for 2 days.
And if he just slept. When I saw that in the reunion, I thought this poor bloke got in there and went to bed at 8 p.m. Like, I actually really rate that. I do really rate that. But I'm also thinking, oh my God, just like embrace the opportunity, please. Like,
yeah, it was so, oh, bless him. Like, I feel like, I said this before, like, I feel like the sidemen just set him up for failure. Like, no one in there was actually like similar personality or vibe to Dylan.
Yeah.
So it's obviously going to be so much harder for him to like connect and make friendships and make bonds with that many like loud people.
I was expecting him to just burst out with news facts every 5 minutes because that's all I'm used to seeing on my For You page. Like, genuinely, I was expecting him to be like, did you know?
No, a lot of people were just turned, like, after he was like, he's the news daddy, everything we were talking about, we just turned around to him like, so, like, any updates? Like, what
News
do you
Daddy
think
kills
about
me
it?
as well because I saw he looked quite small, didn't he? Like,
Yeah, he's quite
yeah,
short.
and everyone was like, Daddy, Daddy. And I was like, bless him.
Daddy 5 foot king.
Bless him. Who do you feel like you connected with unexpectedly? Like, who did you think you probably wouldn't get on with on the outside, but on the inside, TM, wink, you got on with?
To be honest, the people that I got along with the most, I kind of like, scratch that. No, that didn't make sense.
Fricka remix.
Remix. I'd probably say the Americans, because obviously, like, I've never met them before. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know what to expect.
Sure.
When with the English influencers, I kind of like had an image of what they would be like, or if I'd click with them, like, do you know what I mean? So Jason and Sinner, obviously meeting them, fresh people, like I didn't even know who they were. So for me, it was really refreshing, and like we've actually made a genuine friendship. Like I can genuinely say like Sinner and Jason are my friends. Yeah, and I'm happy with that.
And no like preconceived notion, because in the UK, like the content community is quite small, isn't it?
Yeah,
so you're
very
gonna
small
know
compared to
people
America.
quite well. Are you single? No, that's a weird question.
No, I'm not.
You're not,
single.
because I did think like, oh, like could there have been a spark between you and George Clark when I saw the thing? When I saw the thing, I was like, okay. I was trying to matchmake in my head, and I thought, Milli and George, could that be a thing?
I think that was their goal, maybe. I think.
Do you think? Because
Yeah, I think so.
me with my producer hat on, I thought, could it be?
Yeah, well, me and George were friends before,
Fine.
so I don't think that would.
Friends to lovers.
Even if I was single, I don't think.
Would you not?
I don't think that would even be.
The mullet.
I call him Mullet Daddy.
Do you?
Yeah, because he is like Mullet Daddy, but he makes me laugh.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's just jokes.
Mullet Daddy that makes you laugh sounds like my dream man.
There you go.
Sorry, Kane. Sorry, Kane. Okay, fine. Just want to clear that one up. Patrice Evra.
Yeah.
What was he like in person, and have you spoken since the reunion?
So Patrice was actually, I think, the saddest exit of Inside. He was hilarious. And I know I voted him off. Okay, but there's a reason why, okay? I voted him off because he kept talking to us about how he's going to Dubai. And like, he's waiting to go back to Dubai. And I'm thinking, okay, we've got Maya, that's like really sweet and she's loving this. Where Patrice was still loving it, but like he wants to go back to Dubai. So I was like, okay, I'm going to vote Patrice off. But once he left, I do feel like, not that I regretted it because I was happy Maya stayed, but like, I feel like he was a big vibe in the house. He was Joe.
Yeah. He also didn't need the money.
No.
Like,
he didn't
at all, which made it even funnier. Because like, in the reunion when everyone was like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We would have voted you, you didn't need the money. And he was like, yeah, I didn't need it. It's like pennies. It's like pennies to the man.
So true.
I'd love.
So true. But yeah, I have spoken to him since. Not like full on convo.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah, be okay.
respond on Instagram and comment. He's jokes on Instagram.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that. So was there anything in filming that you thought would have made the edit but didn't? Because obviously it's really cut down. We're only seeing, what is it, like an hour an episode or whatever. And you've lived it. So is there anything that you thought, oh my God, like I'm surprised that didn't get in, or, you know, any dramas?
Well, there was the drama with Jason and Maya. I'm surprised that didn't get in. He made Maya cry.
Right.
Yeah. So I was very surprised that didn't get in. But they've squashed that now. It wasn't like, that's fine. So that didn't make the cut. And also like, I feel like the storyline didn't really focus on friendships that much. Like it was kind of like
I thought
drama.
that. Yeah.
Like you couldn't see like, obviously me, Jason, Sin and George, we were all very close. And you only knew that from like people saying it.
Yeah.
So in one of the episodes when people are plotting to vote me out, they were like, we should get Jason on our side. And they were like, no, Milli and Jason are too close. Bitch, Netflix, where? Where are we too close? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you don't see the friendships.
Fine.
So I think that's the only thing, because like me and George, there's loads of funny bits with me and George that just didn't make the cut.
Yeah, maybe we should campaign to get like an extra half an hour added
Yeah,
on.
I think so. At least the unseen bits, like just put them on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Like it was funny. I think people would have liked it. But.
Yeah. And what was the best thing that you bought in there?
That I bought in there.
Yeah.
To be honest,
what was the best purchase?
I did not buy much.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I tried to be like, this is a game. Like, I'm going in there. It's only 7 days of my life.
Yeah.
Fucking, it was hard. But my favorite purchase was the entertainment. So me and George were ping pong champions. We were playing ping pong every single freaking day. And production kept taking the ping pong ball off us because obviously we were obsessed with it and making us buy it. So obviously this didn't make the cut, but me and George did a rock, paper, scissors who had to order the ping pong ball.
Oh, okay, fine.
And the ping pong ball that day was £10,000.
Right.
So I bought it because I lost.
Of course, you need entertainment.
Yeah, and I lied about it though because
Yeah.
I knew like they saw it on the board and they were like, "We ain't getting that for 10,000. That's crazy." Like, so I was like, I can't be like, "Guys, I bought it," because I get hated on. I'm already in the fire line to get voted off.
Okay, fine.
So I walked in and I was like, "Look what I found in my locker! Oh my gosh, they didn't take it off us." And then so that's my favorite thing I bought.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to go in there with that spender mentality.
No.
Did you consider it at any point?
I did, but okay, so I'm quite like game-wise, but not that much. I mean, so like I didn't go in there like I need to form an alliance and then I need to vote X, Y, and Z off. Like it wasn't like that. Once I got in there, I'm very, very good at reading people. That's why I like you, Joe. No, but I'm very good at reading people.
Me surprised the amount of Botox in my head. Like.
I'm very good at reading people. So when I got in there, I sussed it all out. Like I could tell who was playing each role. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
And you were like, I'm not gonna.
And I knew I wasn't going to be the role of the spender.
And it's typically the guys, isn't it? That love to.
And I knew, even like
up.
in the first episode when I bought that pot noodle, you see me, Whitney, and PK sharing it. And after I bought it, there was drama for me buying the pot noodle. And I thought, right.
And you thought, I can't even start. If I can't start
day
here,
one, a bitch can't get a pot noodle when everyone else has bought something. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not, no. So I wasn't doing that.
Fine. And what was your estimated like personal spend in there? Like how much you spent?
I think I spent like 30-something thousand.
That's really good.
In total.
That's really, really, really good.
Yeah, I tried my best.
Yeah. Good for you, girl. Mine would have been.
It's the only place I saved money. Because in the real world, bitch, no.
You're the only person I know that's gone in there to save. Patrice gave uncle vibes throughout. Did you feel that, like, protection from him?
I literally loved Patrice. Like, he was like a cutie pie. And like, I could say, because he was older, he was much wiser. And like, he was just jokes. So he
purely went in there for just shits and giggles, didn't he?
He was so much fun. And obviously, like, because his lifestyle is so different to all of ours, like, he's a legendary footballer. Like, he's lived a life.
Yeah.
Like, us TikTokers ain't gonna live the life he's lived. Let's be real. So like, we were getting all the gossip about his life.
Yeah.
And like, we were just loving it every night. And also, I love the fact, like, he did not give a fuck. Like, when we were meant to go to bed, the production team were like, bedtime in 20 minutes. And he turns to the camera and go, we go to sleep when we want to go to sleep. I was like, you tell them, Patrice. Yeah, he was jokes.
That is so funny. He'd be like, I'm not being paid enough. I'm gonna fucking do what I want.
Now.
That is so funny. So life after the show, how has it been for you coming out in terms of like the support, like the entire journey?
Yeah, I obviously it's a bit of both. Like, we're always gonna get hate. I get hate on the daily. More since the show came out. I can say since starting social media, I've not actually got loads of hate. I'm very lucky to say
I think you've been quite fortunate with the community you built with Megs as well, haven't you?
100%. So my community has always been very positive. And then once the show came out, quite positive. And then once the reunion came out, because there was loads of drama revolving me, I got a lot of hate. But like, I was getting loads of like paragraphs of support. Okay. Because obviously, like, being in that situation in the reunion, I personally think I held myself very well, considering I'm a Scouse babe. Like, I could have kicked off. I would have been the new Megan McKenna. But I was like, no, I'm going to stay composed and like get my point across. And loads of people messaged me saying how they found it very inspiring and like you've like shown me that like you don't need to kick off to prove a point.
Definitely.
And I was like, same bitch. Like, I proved it to myself.
Yeah.
I watched that back. I was like, oh my God, like, she's kind of cool. So a bit of mix, like bit of both.
Yeah, mix for you.
Yeah, positive, negative, but I already expected that to happen, to be honest.
How do you feel about the kind of standards that women are held to with a platform like the Sidemen platform compared to men? Because I noticed that on the announcements, particularly on TikTok, the shit that the women were getting compared to the men was absolutely crazy to me. Yeah. And I felt it was so unfair. I'm like I'm a girls gay.
Feminist.
I'll back the girls. And I just thought, this is literally disgusting. And you guys had not even been in yet or even showed yourselves. So like, what do you feel about that? And how do you feel going in, and seeing that?
Well, to be honest, like, I do feel like the Sidemen's audience is very male dominated, first of all. There's obviously some females. I loved the Sidemen growing up. But I do feel like when it comes to teenage boys, they're my biggest enemy. Yeah. Even before the Sidemen. And I feel like they just say what they think. And the younger you are, the more ruthless you are. So me going on the show, I was extremely nervous because I was like, okay, I'm a female that does TikTok. Boys are going to find me icky, annoying. Like, all the time I get hate is usually from boys. Not hardly ever.
I've actually, before pre-Inside, I always used to see you put people on your story and it was really funny. Because it was always guys.
And always ugly ones, let's be real. Just joking.
Well, no, but it is fair. Typically the people that hide behind the pictures and whatever.
Like men, no, but the thing is, it annoys me. Like, if you're gonna call me ugly and be horrible about my appearance, at least look like freaking Ken. Do you know what I mean? Ken the Barbie doll. Anyways, so I obviously feel like the girls kind of knew that was going to happen, but not that it's right. It shouldn't happen. Yeah. It shouldn't happen. And it was quite intense. I was shitting bricks for my announcement to come out after seeing, especially Mandy's as well, because Mandy was the first girl announced. And like, not only that, they were comparing her to like Manrika from last year, but like new Manrika 2.0. Like not only are you dragging another female,
another woman,
you're now trying to categorize her as someone that you don't even know, Mandy.
It was really hard because I like obviously through the podcast, everything, know a lot of you anyway. And I was seeing these announcements and I was thinking, this should be so positive and you're all making this awful. And even Mandy, I was like, she's pure like entertainment
I love
in there.
Mandy.
Same, she's amazing. And yeah, I get it. But I feel like everyone's held their own and it's nice that you guys all stuck together and knew. Like Chloe told me that last year when she came out, she was getting people like walking past a nail shop and like coming in and like swearing at her and stuff like that. And I think that's, to bring it into real life is even crazier to me.
Yeah, I actually haven't been out much. Because I'm nervy. No, because even before the show, like I would get teenage boys always like, I said it on a podcast the other day. I had a teenage boy throw a shoe at me once in a shopping centre. Because I'm a TikToker.
Really? A shoe?
I know. It wasn't even my size. Like, what the fuck?
Why would you, who throws a shoe?
I know.
That's like fucking... I don't even know. That's it's horrible behavior.
So
disgusting.
obviously like Mandy was getting a lot of hate in the first couple of days. I feel like Mandy carried me personally. Like I thought she was sick.
Mandy,
she's so funny,
a phenomenal talent, and she is fucking hilarious.
No,
and
honestly.
that BBL comment on the reunion was wild, and I'm surprised that she didn't dash a drink. I really am.
I know.
I thought her and PK were going to actually scrap at one point in that reunion.
They probably would have.
Yeah, without.
Mandy was like, I ain't scared of PK. I was like, yeah, Mandy, you ain't scared of PK.
But it started. Did we actually see that like it happened? Because to me, I literally clicked that play button on that reunion, and all of a sudden there was like beef instantly. Was that what it was like in the room? Absolute madness. Normally you build a bit of resentment, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't actually believe. But then bear in mind, obviously, spoiler alert, PK wins. So PK's been in there. It's the whole time. So it's the first time Mandy's actually seen PK since.
When was that filmed, the reunion? Sorry.
Literally the day of the final.
Was it?
So it wasn't like, it's came out.
So it was still, that explains the heightened vibe.
So fresh. So like, the reason why even on the show, when I'm confronting Farah, I go, we've already spoke about this, but is because we kind of had a mini discussion beforehand because we were both eliminated. But because PK wasn't, Mandy didn't have the chance to talk to PK. And
so
literally, it was straight away. Yeah, it was straight away.
Personally, in future, maybe wait a week, let everyone calm down a little bit, you know? That's my advice. That's my 2 pence. About your love life, we touched on it earlier. So have you gone public with your boyfriend?
Yes, but no one knows who it is.
No one knows who it is. So it's like a secret boyfriend.
Mysterious.
And he was sending you like messages while you were inside about missing you.
How cute.
That is really cute. No. Well, like send them to your phone every day.
Yeah, so basically, I talk to him on Snapchat, and I know people are going to go, red flag, okay?
Sorry.
But that's my decision, okay?
Only that's your primary contact.
Yeah.
I'm so old.
No.
I'm ancient.
No, you're not. It's me. I'm the red flag. Like no one talks on Snapchat 22 anymore. But like I like it on there because I just feel I don't like my messages getting saved.
Right.
I'm toxic.
Okay.
So we talk on Snapchat.
Okay.
So while I was in there, basically, oh my God, this is gonna sound so immature.
No, tell me all.
I actually have a streak with him.
Oh my God. And he was like, wait, so did you lose the streak?
No, honestly, this is so immature. Right. I keep the streak because that shows me how long we've been chatting.
Okay.
Because since we actually started talking, we have not stopped once. Like it's not like a little fling. Like,
there's logic to it.
Full on. So that's the reason I keep, because I'm like, we've been talking for this many days. Like I'm like simpy. Like we're on I can't see my phone, like 350 something now. So
is that like almost a year, no?
Almost a year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it makes me happy. So my friend had my Snapchat. And I said to him, like, he's like going in and we obviously talk every day. And I was like, we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend at this point. So I was like, are you going to message me while I'm in there? And he was like, no, well, you won't even see it. And I was like, I'll see you when I come out.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay, I'll think about it. And I was like, you can just give me updates on your day. Like, tell me you've had a good day or if any, I don't know, tea. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
So I've come out. So when I got eliminated, it was actually midnight. So like I've come out, got my phone.
Oh my God.
Midnight. Yeah. I'm in London. I'm like, well, I don't live here.
On the streets of London.
Get me a hotel.
Yeah.
So I've gone onto my Snapchat and I've seen, like, there was so many more, but he made me delete some, not put them on Snapchat. But like,
so was your friend like answering them and like saving them or liking them?
Just saving them for when I got out so I could see.
I would feel so strange.
I know,
someone else
but it was my best mate. So
okay.
It wasn't like any dirty ones. He wasn't like, can't wait to see those boobs.
I'm just thinking about you right now and then boobs.
He was just cute shit. So I got out, I saw it, and I literally cried. I was like,
that's
oh my
really
God, like,
good.
I couldn't believe it. And like, it was just really sweet. And then I called him up that night and he
Right.
panicked. He was like, are you okay?
Yeah.
He was like, why are you calling me? I was like, I've been eliminated. And he was like, okay, I'll come drive to you. So he drove
Oh my
at
God.
midnight and came to London.
No way. So no face reveal. Any reason why you're just keeping it hush hush? Because it's like, you know.
I feel like I keep it hush hush for now because obviously my last relationship was online. And that was...
It was. Sorry, I completely forgot.
Everyone's forgot.
It was online.
Yeah, and
yes.
I just feel like I'm protecting my relationship a bit. Like, doesn't mean I won't one day. Like, I might. I probably will, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But like, I like my little bubble.
Okay.
I like, people know I have a boyfriend and that's all that matters. You don't need his face plastered everywhere.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's to protect our relationship and also protect him in a sense because he's not on social media.
Right, okay.
Not that, well, he's a big boy, okay? He's a big boy. He'll be all right. But like, I don't know. Do you
Okay.
mean? So for now, I'm just keeping him private.
Yeah.
But some people know who he is. Like,
Okay.
people have figured it out.
Oh, I'm going to do some digging after this.
It's not actually that hard to
Some
find.
Sherlock Holmesy vibe. And you're streaming now.
Yeah, 6 days in a row.
Talk me through this because I don't understand. And again, I feel like an old man because I thought streaming, I mean, everyone had this conversation in the house, was just for gamers to
did I,
whatever.
yeah.
So what is it? Is it just like a live stream?
Yeah,
basically?
it's literally, Joe, you have to come on my stream one day.
I will come on a stream.
No, you have to.
I'll break my streaming virginity.
Yeah, I want to take your stream.
I'll pop the cherry, break the hymen with
Oh my
you.
gosh, that's great. I'm excited right now. Anyways, so yeah, streaming. That you can do gaming. Like sometimes I game. I ain't a gamer though.
Right.
Like people laugh at me because I'm so shit. But
Okay.
like I want to do IRL stream, which is like live in real life. So walking around, I don't know, Harrods or like going to a coffee shop and
Right.
people just follow you around and like you invite guests on and do challenges. Basically YouTube videos, but in real life.
But
if you think
live,
about it.
unfiltered.
Like, you know, like a vlog.
Yeah.
It'd be like, okay, guys, we're going to an event today, but it'll be live. So
And
like,
you save them? Like, can you
yeah.
save them so people can watch them back?
yeah, they save onto Twitch.
Oh my God. It's a whole new world.
I know. I just joked about his life a bit.
I know. You were getting emotional. Just love
I know.
twitching.
I love streaming so much.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I do want to give it a go. So I'll take you up on that offer.
Yeah.
The thanks a lot, Rachel TikTok made us die. How has it been with your TikTok? Like, has it grown a lot since being on the show? And how's it been kind of like because you're kind of reacting to the show and making TikToks, aren't you? Based off of like something that's happened in November.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's that been?
So I think on TikTok I've gained like 100 and something thousand.
Okay.
In like a couple of days.
Unreal. Oh
which
my.
I'm like, slay. I'll take
That's
that,
like
dude.
lockdown numbers. That is.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
I
That's
back in the
pandemic
day,
numbers.
Pandemic, yeah. So like, it's obviously really great, and I love that. Like,
Yeah.
it's nice to make like. I feel like it's a new community as well,
Mm.
especially with Twitch now. Like, I have, I think, almost 20,000 on Twitch, which I'm happy. It's only my
Right.
5th stream, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's unreal.
It's crazy. And like those type of people, they're watching you and like they know a lot about you. So I feel like in the past couple of days, like people know me way more already because I'm streaming for like 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
They know so much about my life. And also they love our friendships from inside. So like me and George streamed the other day. Me, George and Sinner streamed the other day. Do you know what I mean? So they like our little friendships. And I feel like, yeah, the growing has been great. But like
Yeah.
that wasn't the most important thing for me,
Yeah, of
obviously.
course.
And it's great. I remember it's on 1 million on TikTok.
I think that's super positive as well, to have a newer community that know you off the back of the show and like feel like they already know you a bit more. That's probably
Yeah.
why you wanted to do the show, no?
Yeah,
like
definitely.
with
Yeah.
TikTok, it's so surface level to a degree
Yeah.
that people are only going to see like this version of you, whereas they're seeing it like you're not editing yourself in there, which is great.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
it's nice that you've built up a following based, more based
Yeah,
around
and
that you.
obviously the streaming, there's no cuts.
There's no cuts, there's no holding
You
back.
just yourself. Oh my god, yesterday it
Scary.
was so embarrassing. Like, so basically, the chat was saying like, we need a name for like your loyal supporters that watch every day.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, okay, guys, throw them at me.
Okay.
Something with Milli. They were like millionaires. Okay, that's cute. We're all
Love
millionaires.
that.
Someone said Millie's Milkers. Okay, I was like, okay.
Millie's Milkers.
Millie's Milkers. Okay, you want to talk about my titties? Okay. So I was like, ha guys, yeah, maybe that one might stick. I don't know. I'm thinking we're not having that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So later on, basically the people on Twitch annihilate me. They like body shape and all, but they're taking the piss
Okay.
to a certain degree. They say some comments, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just like laughing about it. I don't take things seriously. And I was like, what, you saying this about me? How dare you guys? Anyways, I go, and also the name you want to call like our fan base, I said Mummy's Milkies. I didn't mean that. I did not mean Mummy's Milkies. I meant Milli's Milkers. So now they've all gone, that's even better, Mummy's Milkies. I'm like, no, we're not calling it that. And it's been clipped on TikTok. So now the video's going around of me basically saying Mummy's Milkies is what I want people to call
hi
me.
to the hi Mummy's Milkies.
Hi, Mummy's Milkies.
Hi to all our Mummy's Milkies out there. Mother of Mummy's Milkies is doing well.
crazy.
She's enjoying the podcast,
Yeah.
and she will give her milk to you very soon.
Honestly, it was so embarrassing. And then they've all clipped it and they're like, no, you meant to say that. No, I didn't.
Oh my God.
Honestly, I'm not used to streaming yet. I'm not like,
You've gone on
enough.
You've gone on a Netflix show and come out with the name Mummy's Milkies. Just really sit on
It's
that.
crazy. Yeah, the past couple of weeks has been mad, especially going on Jason's stream. Did you know Jason before he went on?
I did not know Jason before because I'm not like same as who was on it last year that was
Phantom.
Yeah, I loved Phantom. So I thought Jason was great.
Yeah.
Don't watch their streams, but I think like it's not, as you said, nice to see people you don't know from your
definitely
your vibe.
So I once I got out, I saw like he was a big streamer, and I was like, wow, that's like mad. As if like you would have never thought on the show because he's so like chilled out. Like he could be cocky if he wanted to because of how successful he is.
Okay.
And he's so humble, and I admire that. Like I love that. And when I went on his stream, I couldn't believe like how many people clipped stuff and like it was going viral. Like even my family in Portugal was seeing it. And he invited my mum on the stream. And now people are obsessed with me and my mum. Like I've had companies like say, would you and your mum ever do a podcast? Like it'd be crazy. Like
God.
So yeah, my mum's grown in followers too.
I love that for your mum. One thing about me, I'll stand a mum influencer. Lisa Baggs is doing it at the minute. I'll always, favour the mums. So
100%.
that'd be lit though.
I know.
Have you done many streams with your mum? Or are you gonna?
Well, we've done one stream on Jason's.
Okay.
Because obviously mum lives abroad. So
Oh, does she?
Yeah,
I
she lives
didn't
in
know.
Portugal. Yeah.
Oh, does she? I didn't know she lived in Portugal.
Yeah, so she lived there since I was 7.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So obviously, if we do decide to do something or whatever,
you're gonna have to do it in the summer holidays.
She'll just come over.
Okay,
It's
fine.
like not that hard, but it's mad that like one stream has caused so much interest within my relationship with me and mum.
Yeah.
And obviously we'll get Meg's involved if she wants to get involved. Obviously, you
Come
can't. Megan, come on. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's mad how much has changed in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I've got a little game. We play this thing called the messy bag. Colours changed again. And so I thought this week to be messy, I would like you to rate your cast members from messy, most messy to least messy, right? But when I talk messy, I mean like drama.
Drama.
I'm talking like mess.
Okay.
So I've got the names to help you out because there's a lot of people.
Okay.
But who would you say was the least, very much impartial, no drama?
I'd probably say Sinner. Least.
She's least.
She's least. She was like chilled with everyone.
Yeah.
And she didn't want drama. She also didn't spend any money. So like
Seemed like the ideal housemaid, didn't she?
she was great.
Yeah.
The messiest was probably PK.
PK with the drama.
He loved the drama. He was a shit stirrer, like massive.
Yeah.
Like I've said this to him, so it's all right. He was a shit stirrer. I'd also say Jason's up there. I love Jason.
Well, I didn't realise when I was watching, but I saw on TikTok that he was the one that whispered in PK's ear and when talk about the BBL.
Yeah. So I'd say Jason is messy. Like definitely. Jason's up there. Who else? Are we going from messiest to least?
Yeah, let's go messiest to
Okay,
least.
so
I'd say Dylan was probably quite low in it.
oh yeah,
He weren't
Dylan
in there
didn't even
for
have
long.
time to be messy.
Yeah.
Bless him.
He was
didn't
asleep.
even have time to unpack.
He was
that's
asleep.
bless.
Bless him.
No, Dylan is probably
You've got
he's
Dylan
down
Sinner. George was quite. I've seen a lot of fan edits from George being like, almost giving like the knight in shining armor. He was very like man of the people in there, wasn't he?
I don't think George was messy intentionally. I think the only situation George was ever in was backing someone else.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like he was intentionally like wanting to.
He was in a
cause
moral
drama.
mess.
Yeah, he was just.
He said, "You've challenged my morals.
Yeah.
So here's some mess."
And he stood on business.
And he stood on business.
So George, I'd probably put down. Yeah.
Okay.
Who else have we got?
You got DDG.
Oh, DDG is going to be up with Messi.
He's a mess.
I'd probably say him and Whitney similar level.
Okay, fine. So,
but I don't feel like it's hard to say because you don't know everything that went on behind closed doors. But like, I feel like DDG and Whitney, PK Jason. I think I don't know, but then again, they were like Whitney and Mandy were like buying stuff and like so,
which is messy.
Yeah, so maybe Mandy.
Okay.
Actually, let's scratch that.
Okay,
got PK, Jason, Then Mandy. Mandy, I love you, but I do feel like she was like buying stuff sneakily.
Yeah, she went in for mess. Our Mandy went in for mess.
Definitely. Then I'd probably say Whitney.
Mm-hmm. Then DDG?
Maybe DDG.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Maya caused like dramas.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think she did.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even like stuff that you haven't seen. Like I don't feel like she was like sneak. But then again, she was also involved in the secret buy-ins. So I don't know. I don't know.
Any secret buy-ins is automatic mess in my eyes.
Yeah.
That's
So
just
Maya
going in
might
for
have
smoke.
to go
Yeah.
underneath Whitney. No, DDG, I think.
Okay, fine.
Underneath DDG.
And then we've got the kind of like everyone
And
else
then
kind
neutral.
of, the neutral.
And then it'll probably be me. And then George.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah.
I'm loving that.
I
Okay.
think so.
So now speaking of actual mess, who was the messiest in the house to live with?
Well, the girls did get in trouble a few times for how messy the makeup area was.
Okay, fine.
Like they were like, producers were like, you guys need to clean up. We're like,
Really?
oh. Okay, so I'd probably say myself. And
Okay.
because I'm a messy girl, like
Right.
from day one.
Yeah.
So that was probably me causing a lot of that. But the other girls, I think like,
Is it like makeup and stuff?
yeah,
Yeah,
you know, but when
okay.
you're getting ready, you don't like even care. You just like throw it about and whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably say I didn't make my bed every morning either. I'm not really selling myself to my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
happy material, I
he's done a 350-day streak. I'm sure he's fine.
True.
Have you got any behind-the-scenes gossip that wasn't caught on camera? And by this, I mean, Chloe used to tell me last year that like she'd pop outside for a vape and then be like giving her a tinny and be like, go back in there. And
Well, to be fair, me, George, and Sinner actually didn't go out once. We were advised to go out. They were like, welfare were like, you guys need fresh air.
Right, okay. That's good.
Yeah, so the welfare team actually smashed it. Now, let me just say, like Netflix and Sidemen, the welfare team were like on it.
That's good.
Like even when I was struggling to sleep every night, and they even pulled me aside in the morning because obviously they're watching us sleep.
Yeah.
So they're like, Milli, we can see you struggling. Like, are you okay? What are you thinking? And I really appreciated that.
Because it's a fully fledged realised show, and if
Yeah.
they're going to do it on a Love Island or a Big Brother, they've got to do it. It's equal.
do it right as
isn't
well.
it?
And also, they also offered the support afterwards as well. So, like,
That's good.
once I got eliminated, as soon as I walked out the elimination door, I got put into a room with the welfare team, and they were talking to me about how I feel and like
That's good.
how we might feel afterwards, which actually was kind of strange because they were like, "You might feel quite isolated to the world," and I was like, "What?
Yeah.
He's chatting the most."
What?
Got home, and I was like, it's so strange.
Yeah.
Joe, you have to do something like that. And then you'll be like, Milli, what the fuck?
Well,
It's so weird.
you know what? There have been no gays on Inside. That's what I've got
Yeah.
beef with. Even if it's not me, I feel like we need a messy gay in a house
Yeah,
like that.
go
You know what I
ahead.
mean?
Yeah, is there?
Go ahead.
There hasn't been
There
a
has not
gay.
been a gay babe.
Not even a bisexual.
No, I don't know unless it's stuff that you know that I don't, but
No, not from my season. Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, but yeah, no, there's been no gays. So,
Really? That
I feel like
surprises me.
That needs to happen.
Yeah,
That's-
I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah, it's getting to the time when it needs a
Yeah,
messy
come on,
gay.
guys, get Joe on inside.
In terms of drinking, was there anyone that was like really drunk in the house? Because I could definitely notice with watching season one, like when people were getting more and more pissed.
Yeah.
And I didn't know like, what the vibe was this year.
I don't feel like, well, obviously Mandy and Whitney
Yeah.
were ordering the Proseccos and that, but I wouldn't say they were like,
I didn't notice that there was a lot of people. I would have been rat-assed
yeah, they
in there.
literally, I think they had like 2 glasses, and I
Right.
doubt they would be like giving us being extra nice with the amount of alcohol.
Yeah.
They'd probably be like that much
Standard
vodka
measures,
and
yeah.
then loads of Fanta, for example. So they did drink, but like they even at her birthday party, at Whitney's birthday party, they did give us like 2 drinks each. So
Right.
like, I don't know if they were. I'd be surprised if they got pissed of like 3 drinks.
Yeah.
Like that would surprise me. But hey,
Depends how hungry you are.
yeah, true.
You know?
We weren't eating.
That's
we weren't
the
eating
thing.
properly.
Bit of porridge in the morning.
Oh.
I'd be up there, be sky high.
That was so bad.
So I've got the next segment. I've got a little. It's called the goodie bag. So I've got a little gift for you.
I love the way you go like this and the
it-
light changes.
Do you know what? We've actually gotten better at that. 'Cause sometimes I'm like, light change.
Lights, camera, action.
If you close your eyes, I'm just gonna grab it. This actually
Oh,
really.
what?
Funny. Yeah, I've just got something.
Oh my gosh, this scares me. I have trust issues. I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, open your eyes. Speaking of drinking, I actually got you some of my own cocktails. I thought you're going to need these after being locked inside.
you.
So these are for you to enjoy after they're a Cosmo, they're pink. I thought you'd love the pink.
I love it.
And I thought, yeah, you can enjoy those on the way home.
I didn't know you had a brand.
Yeah.
Wait, you invited me to the launch party?
But then I was
know.
like, oh my God, because Megs was like, I think Well, basically, she mentioned it to me that you were in, and I thought, oh my God. So then I didn't invite you. Then I thought, fuck, is she still in there? Because that looks really bad if I'm like,
that's why I didn't go.
I know. So
Yeah. Oh my gosh, congrats.
thank you. Now you get to, oh my God, crack it open and have a
now.
try. Yeah, go on.
Oh my gosh, I'm not a big drinker though, so don't get offended.
No, I'm not going to get offended. They're actually sweet, nice. They're cutesy and sweet like you,
Just
your
like
game
me,
plan.
baby. Ooh. Is it a lot of alcohol? Am I going to get
Like
pissed?
12%.
12%?
Yeah.
I'm going to get pissed off
I'd
that.
maybe, yeah, you're going to be home.
I'm
Like,
going to be on the trail like this.
oh,
Hell yeah.
yeah, those Snapchats, I wouldn't want to see them later. So, what's next?
This is a juicy question coming.
No,
okay.
it's actually not. It's actually not. It's actually really nice. What's next for you? Have you got anything? Obviously, I know you've like touched on potentially like podcasts and stuff, but
Yeah.
have you got anything in the works this year, or what's
Well,
your
yeah,
plans post?
I have got my own brand coming out.
God,
That's just me, like me and my best friend, just solo. So no like
amazing.
no one's helping. It's literally just raw dog in a business.
Love that.
Yes.
We've all been there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're literally we're meant to launch in May.
Okay.
But as you know, there's so many so we haven't announced it yet because like it's like
Right.
I've announced I've got something coming out, but like nothing about it because I need to make sure I got the dating plan and like if there's a
Yeah.
big problem with production, then we're gonna have to push back because it needs
Yeah.
to be launched in summer
Okay.
because it's a summer product.
Okay. Interesting. I love that. Okay, amazing.
Yeah, and obviously streaming.
Yes.
That's the one thing I really want to do because I feel like streaming's not as big in the UK.
Right.
And I want to make it.
And you wanna, like, stick
a
to
big
it
thing.
and-
yeah,
yeah.
I want the girly pops in the UK to become streamers.
yeah.
And basically they have such a big community in America and like they all work together and they all collab together. And like
Okay.
I feel like the UK doesn't really have that.
No,
like
we
I
don't.
feel like you can text someone. Well, I know you can't because I've done it the other day. I've texted a few people like, want to come on the stream? And
Yeah.
like I feel like in England it's not very common to like
It's not.
meet up and film content together and
It really isn't, and I think
Yeah.
that's a really valid point. It's much more of a US thing, but I think that
Yeah,
there's
but I
such
think
a
it's important.
benefit to do it. And also, like I was saying this the other day, this job can get super lonely when you're at home just recording videos and
that's
doing stuff
literally
all
me.
the time. And it's like, it's good to be out doing bits when you have a quieter time to be collaborating with people. Otherwise, some days I'm like, I haven't been out of this house unless it's the gym this whole week. Like, that's crazy.
yeah.
Or here. You know what I
love
mean?
that.
And it's like,
Yeah.
it's quite isolating. So I agree with
I'm
you.
literally, especially because like, not a sob story, but I don't have much family here or friends because all my friends live everywhere. So I literally
Right.
just have my boyfriend and like Megan.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
Megan's got her boyfriend, so she's always busy. So like me reaching out to an influencer wouldn't be like, hey, I want to use you for views.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like that. It's like, let's meet up. Let's both create amazing content and
Yeah.
both introduce each other to each other's community.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like my community will be different to your community and vice versa. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't feel like it's very big in England right now to do that, but hopefully it does because I feel like we don't have like a really strong community of influencers. Like there's
Yeah.
some people that get along really well, but then I don't feel like has anyone ever like thrown a massive like TikTok party and everyone went. Like,
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree.
Do you know
Only a certain brand back in the day, if you remember, that went crazy with influencer stuff.
wait, hold on. Oh yeah.
Do you remember? And it was like,
What did they run out of budget?
and I don't know what happened there, but like
Yeah.
blowing like millions on jets and all stuff like that was
Yeah.
absolutely wild. So ever since then, we need to bring it to the UK
Yeah.
for the the girls and the gays.
Yeah, I love the girls and the gays, and that's it.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for
It's been
inviting
so
me,
lovely to have a
Joe.
chat with you.
I know.
Pop in your virginity on Not My Bag, and I will pop my
Yeah.
virginity on your stream.
Yeah, and
soon.
you also popped my moist Cosmo
Oh,
virginity.
that sounded very wrong. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify, and we will see you very soon. Bye from me and Millie Joe.
Bye.